So
No problem.
good.
Okay.
So actually, also Basma asked not to record her presentation. So maybe it's time to record now. So Rory, Johanna, and Anna and Valentina, questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Could you please clarify what is the added value that the customers will have when using this solution?
Yeah, the customer, as I said, two types of customer, business to business, which we mainly will focus on the government companies or municipalities which using this app. We will help them to actually increase their database and helping them to define the areas which might have more financial return with this data we're providing to them. So they will have a live database which will be providing to them with the area of high potential of waste and also categorization of the waste. For the people who's using directly, this is the return for them will be a simplified incentive program when they're reporting their waste, and we find out this waste has a good value.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Islam, for the presentation. I guess slightly building on Joanna's point, I'd be interested to understand a little bit more what I suppose how the application integrates into the waste management program. Sort of at what point is the AI element of the application being used?
Yes, the AI will be actually about the image processing and principle and video. So the app will be working like the person who reporting will take a videos and images of the waste he has or where he found out, and the AI will manage to categorize that.
And is that the homeowner, domestic user who is putting out their waste will record the image?
A domestic user or also any kind of user has accessibility to this app.
Okay, fine. And then you will offer, I guess, the collection and sorting service as well.
Then it will be linked to some scoring program to define what is the relevant cost expected for each of the categorization. And then based on that will be a relevant business model. So we'll define, let's say, in an area of 10 kilometers, we have this amount of data, amount of wood, amount of food waste, bio waste, whatever. This corresponding, for example, to 5,000 euros. And this will be based on that, we can send our fleet to transport this data with this category, with this expectation of return.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anna?
Yes, thank you, Islam. It was really nice presentation. I have just one question around the impact and the environmental impact that you mentioned at the beginning as one of your mission, but also nowadays that AI has been facing the same criticism, right? That it's actually can be harmful for the environment. So I'm just wondering if you've done any analysis on how much data that you will be using and what effect it has.
That's a good point. I will take that actually to evaluate the final impact, because we just was using about the AI as one block in our development chain, but the impact of every blocks maybe needed somehow to be evaluated. But thank you for that's a good point.
Thank you so much.
Good, so maybe we can go to the next one. Access Earth, Muhammad and Ali.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Islam, for this nice presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will share my screen now.
Yes, please go ahead. Maybe you make it in presentation, presentation mode.
Okay, so you can see my screen now? The presentation is clear. Okay, sound is okay?
Yes, super good, yes.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. Today, I think it's a good chance to present our idea, the Access Earth Geology, which can enable the European exploration of critical and strategic raw materials through deep technology. What is the main problem and needs for the mining sector is to make a securing for the strategic raw materials using advanced and deep technology, aligning with the sustainability or sustainable planning nowadays. And we believe that the Access Earth solution can be able to achieve this target. Our solution is based on integration between several data sets like geophysical, geochemical data, satellite images, and high-resolution drone data to develop an AI technology. This can increase the accuracy and reduce the time for the mineral exploration sector. And as you know, all of us have ideas, but to make your idea as a fact or to make it applicable, you have to go through several steps. The first phase or the first step, we have validated our approach by publication of 5 articles in highly impacted journals like Nature Portfolio or Geology Review, Acta Geologica Sinica, to prove that our approach is successful, especially for the defining or detection of potential zones for mineralization. The next step is to make like market analysis or surveying to study the market, and we make a kind of contact with employee in mining companies and researchers related to the mining sector, and we can see that they prefer the processed data rather than the raw data, and they also prefer the integration between several data sets when they can or they want to evaluate their area of interest. The third step, that we want to convert our scientific concept to something in the business or as an application that can be touchable, or you can see the idea more simple and clear for the customer or something like that. So we launched our prototype, the Access Earth Geology. You can access it on the App Store, download it, and you can define a specific area, and then you can use our list to apply several filters related to different data sets, and then you can download your package. So you have a multi-data sets for the specific area, and you can enjoy your interpretation. So what are the market we are aiming to focus on? We are targeting the mining companies, infrastructure, and geological surveys all over the world. However, we focus mainly on the Africa and the Middle East, specifically the Saudi Arabia Geological Survey. Why? Because we have the first reason that Saudi Arabia has a vision by 2030 to enrich the mining exploration sector. Secondly, because the condition there is similar or typical to the areas where we try to validate our approach, and it was successful by 100%, especially for the remote sensing data in the arid climate or arid regions. So what is the value that can be added for the customer? Our current solution can increase the accuracy by 30%, reduce the costs and time by 20 and 30% respectively, compared with the current solutions. Our deal is to make a deal with the customer to purchase the data by 120 euros per square kilometer and make a license for 1,000 annual subscription per license. And this can be used as a user data to train our AI model for data monetization. And then after this training for AI model, we can introduce our premium AI model in 2028. This is a quick comparison between the total costs and revenue, and we can see in the first year they are quite close to each other, but in the second and third year we can see that the main revenue will come from the data purchasing. For the competitive advantage, as we know that there are current solutions like the Google Earth Engine, which is the most common solution, other desktop-based applications like AirDAS, Global Mapper, Envy, and etc. However, the main advantage on the base of the data, we have integration with more than data, not only the remote sensing data, but also the drone data, geophysical, geochemical, and other data types. And also our application used a cloud-based AI technology similar to the Google Earth Engine, but this is not affordable in other applications or softwares. For the financial benefits, however, it looks like our application is cheaper than the other application, but the total benefits are estimated by 40,000 euros based on the user data that will be purchased, and we will use it to improve the accuracy of the Access Earth AI model and train the model by the user data. We have several milestones, starting from launching our prototype and also more than 5 or 8 milestones, mainly the agreement with the Saudi Arabia Geological Survey and developing the second version of the application, and finally by the launch our virtual reality technique using 3D modeling. Our strategic objectives are the securing raw materials supply and designing material solutions. And by achieving these two elements, we can say that the Access Earth can be in synergy with the new European innovation agenda. Who we are two researchers, Ali Shib and D. Muhammad Badawi. Our main aim is to enhance mining exploration, securing strategic raw materials using a cloud-based platform. And our financial target is to achieve 400,000 euros by 2026 and 2 million by 2030. And our vision is to make the Access Earth Geology lead the virtual reality and 3D modeling in the mining industries. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Muhammad. Questions for the committee?
Yeah, thank you very much for that presentation. Really interesting stuff. I guess I have two key questions from mine. So one would be to understand, I think you were clear on sort of some of the revenue possibilities there. What do you see as the main costs associated with Access Earth? And then the other question would be, I think you did a little bit of competitor analysis within there. How easily defensible do you think this market is against the competition? So will others be able to copy what you're doing?
Okay, so I understand the first question clearly. So I can answer it, and please you can repeat the second question.
Yeah.
For the first question, you mentioned that for the market analysis, the main costs are for the technical issues. You know, if you wanted to develop such an application, you have to get some technical stuff like server and you know some data. For example, you know, if you want to download some data are free, like remote sensing, but not all of the data. For example, you have Aster Sentinel data. This is free on the platform, but you have other data like hyperspectral data that can give you different differentiation for the lithology properties. So some of this data can be purchased, and then the customer can pay for the processing of this data. So we spend some costs in purchasing the data as a raw data, spend some costs to get the server, spend some costs for the IT who can handle some security and something like that. So this is the main costs that, you know. What is the second question, please?
The second question was around how defensible your idea is. So what stops your competitors from doing what you're doing?
You mean that is it's easy, if it's easy that they can do the same, for example?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So simply we have, what is the slide? Yes. So the first one is the Google Earth Engine. This is quite similar to our idea, but they are working on only remote sensing data. This is already a launched application, but it's not that easy to make a matrix that can integrate all of this data. Because, for example, if you have like subsurface data like geophysical data, aeromagnetic gravity, and so on, they are not easy to make a mosaic between several data types. So it would take a time to do that. But maybe it's possible. But how to make this? This is the difference, because you know, to make it such interpretation, you need an expert. In most mining exploration companies, they need experts to make analysis for the raw data to give you the interpretation, and that's what exactly we can do, because we are researchers for 10 years in this sector, so we have the experience to interpret the data.
Okay, perfect. That's really helpful. Thank you.
Mohammed, thank you so much for your presentation. I have a very tiny question, and if the answer is no, then a suggestion. based on your product, have you looked at also opportunities within the space industry because you are using space technology, right? The satellite and drone data, they're all coming from space technologies. And within the European Space Agency, there are lots of opportunities to develop that. So I'm just wondering because I haven't seen that technology mentioned, or that sector.
Yeah.
If you have looked at that.
Yes, actually no, but this is very interesting suggestion, really. So thank you for the suggestion. We can
Have a
take
look
this in.
Yeah, have a look at the European Space Agency. They have different business development incubation programs exactly for these types of products.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other, Vera, Valentina, or Joanna, any questions? Okay. If not, we can go ahead with, we can go ahead with, again, still in mining sector. So Dr. Muhammad.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Is sound is okay?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good morning to everybody. Please accept my excuse as my camera is damaged now, so my photo will appear only. I can now share my screen. Okay, the share screen is okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just a minute. Our startup is Manor Power Solutions. It introduces solutions to.
Do you think you can make it in presentation mode?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, please.
Manor Power Solutions startup introduced solution to a big problem is that the world is facing an increase in energy demand and a clean environment. So the solution is to find a renewable and to validate a renewable and clean energy. But this type of energy needs storage, mainly supercapacitors. But still, the current solution means the current market of the supercapacitors facing high production costs due to traditional materials and methods and significant environmental impact from raw material extraction and processing. So our product is to validate minerals from underutilized and waste natural geological raw resources for supercapacitors electrode materials. The value of this product will be achieve a sustainable use of terrestrial low-cost materials, low-cost and environmentally friendly processing, ensure sustainable production patterns, and ensure access to sustainable energy. Our R&D-based solution briefly depend on providing mineral raw materials and then characterize this material to detect the minerals that's suitable for the product, and then upgrading and finally characterization as electrode materials for supercapacitors. Our business model based in B2B model, where the product will validate directly to companies manufacture supercapacitors. It's estimated that the product cost will be will range from 2 to 10 euro per kilogram, and the product price depends on performance. It depends. It ranges from 100 to 500 euro per kilogram. As a product will be supplied to different markets according to the performance. As I mentioned, as we plan to till 2028 to validate our product with a primary specification to target marketing targeting supercapacitors electrodes for wearable electronics. The profit is estimated to be 12 million euro. Then by more development and more better specification, the product will be supplied to supercapacitors electrode for wearable electronics, portable electronics, and home applications. And by 2030, the product will be supplied to the market of supercapacitors electrodes for all applicants. And the estimated profit will be 202 million euros. So our business will be estimated as 42 million as sum from about 200 million euro as a sum and 500 million euro as a term. If we want to make analysis for the competitors, there are many competitors are found, such as Skeleton, Maxwell, and Techno 10, etc. In general, the current solution, the used material are traditional, but the manufacturing process are complex and energy intensive processes, and the impact on environment is high. So our product will depend on validating product using lower material with lower cost, the environmental impact with low cost and environmentally friendly techniques. So the whole cost efficiency will be reduced if compared with other competitors due to the use of expensive raw materials and efficient processing. We will keep, of course, the high performance of the product. The market position achieves a sustainable and economically viable alternative to traditional and advanced material. It will attract environmentally conscious consumers and business looking for cost-effective energy solutions. My team is composing of 3 females and me. I am a professor of geochemistry and of deposits. My experience will focus on raw materials characterization, assessment, and marketing. My master student, Rawan Shouehi, will focus on product performance, characterization, and marketing. My colleague, Dr. Mona Fauzi, is a professor of ore dressing. She will focusing on minerals upgrading and marketing. And my colleague, Dr. Sari Sheikh, will focusing on product performance. Our dream is to make the startup a leading supplier of high performance electrode materials for supercapacitors in Egypt, with a benefit of around 42 million euro for the next 5 years. So that's all, and thank you for you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Muhammad, for that. The committee, questions?
Well, I can go. So thank you, Dr. Mohammed, for your presentation. My question is mostly related with environmental impact, because one of the goals of the European Commission is to reduce, the mineral extraction. So I would like to better understand the differences of your proposed solution in terms of environmental impact.
Okay. The current products are mainly composed of what's called synthetic materials. It means it depends on extraction by chemical and expensive processes, and of course it will cause or it will impact on the environment. But our product depend mainly on physical extraction or physical upgrading. It means by physical it depend on physical properties of minerals composing the raw material, so we can separate these minerals easily by their physical properties.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I had one quick question around your sort of go-to-market strategy. You mentioned that you were intending to start with the wearable technology sector. I was just wondering if you could explain that decision.
Excuse me, but could you repeat the question as the sound?
So why have you chosen to focus on wearable tech as your first area?
As I showed in the first slides, the materials which are used now in the product for exposed supercapacitors are very expensive, and they depend on extraction by very complicated and non-eco-friendly environment. So we thought of why the raw materials that found in the our geological raw materials that found in the mountains have the same composition like these materials. So we did our experiments, and we find that the specification of these materials might be close. Maybe they need more adaptation or more modification to be typical for these materials, but with its current specification, it can be used, for example, for the wearable electrode materials, for smartwatch and so on. But by modification and development, it will be typical for the current materials that used in the current electrode materials.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other question? If not, maybe you can go for the next one, phonics.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Mohammed. Is phonics here? Yes. Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just going to try and share my slides. Give me 1 second. Okay. Go. Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning. So we're Phoenix Ceramics, and we're here to talk to you about our innovative approach to bottom ash management. So to put the problem that we're facing into context, 22 million tons of incineration waste were produced in the EU in 2023 alone. This means that 50 kilograms per person of environmentally harmful and socially impactful waste was produced that year alone. So for those of you who don't know, when you incinerate waste, it doesn't just go away. 20% by mass does stay behind, which means as bottom ash, as you can see here. So half of this in the EU is landfilled every year, whilst the other half, some of it is allowed to be reutilized as things like road lining and other construction applications. However, because of the small amounts of heavy metals and other toxins in this waste, there is a large environmental impact and impact to human health associated with the reutilization. So our solution to this problem is to upcycle this waste by valorizing it to produce a high-performance structural glass tile with a unique look and story. So this would work by taking a significant amount of bottom ash and heating it to 1,450 degrees, or undergoing a process called vitrification, which changes the material properties of the ash completely into an obsidian-like ceramic material, which we can then mold to create structural glass tiles for the construction industry. So our business model works by taking this incineration byproducts from metal recyclers, which is now an industry standard after incineration, and we can get paid about €4 per meter squared for taking the waste off of their hands. We would then produce our ceramic tiles and sell them for €40 per square meter, either directly to the customers or through construction retailers. So our production process works by taking this large amount of bottom ash and a small amount of fly ash and heating it together in a furnace at 1,450 degrees, which changes it into a ceramic that we can fold into a tile with the heavy metals and contaminants that are contained in the waste being trapped within the glass structure. And they actually swell up during the heating process, which creates micropores, which increases the insulatory properties of the tiles. We also need some pre-processing and post-processing steps in order to optimize the structural properties of our tiles, which is where we're going to develop our IP. So the main advantages with our process is that we're able to use very similar, or actually the same equipment as existing glass manufacturing processes. We're also able to enhance the insulatory properties of the tiles, and we're able to meet the mechanical standards set by the EU for tile production. We're also able to reduce the impact of raw materials that are used from the ceramics industry, as well as being able to reduce the cost and the environmental impact associated with this waste management from incineration. And most importantly, we're actually able to create a safe product because, as you can see on the right, when we create this process, we have the heavy metals that are contained within the waste being trapped and bonded to the glass structure, which makes it not be able to leach out. They're immobilized and makes it safe for human interaction. So our initial market would be the northern coastal Italian cities, which have a market size of about 2 billion for the ceramic tile industry. But within a few years, we would like to reach into all of Europe, into the 56 billion euro tile industry in the EU. And then there's still a significant portion of our revenue that can come from this waste management of bottom ash, since it's still quite an expensive process for industry. Our initial expectation of market share for the first 5 years would be about 2%. But since we have expectations of significant sales per customer, this does leave us with a significant volume. And then our profit margin would be about €18 per square meter of tile produced, leaving us with a profit of about $500,000 within the first 5 years. So our main competitive advantage is the fact that currently nobody is using this vitrification process or are trying to reutilize bottom ash in this way in the tile industry. And obviously also the IP that we will develop from our pre-processing and post-processing steps. But also the fact that currently all the players that are working with bottom ash processing don't have any experience or any plans to move to customer sales, which is where we can target our market. So our team is made up of a variety of material scientists and engineers, and then myself, who has a background in business economics and sustainability. And then we have 2 advisors. One of them is Professor Ferraris, who is the foremost expert in vitrification, and has also allowed us to use her facilities for our preliminary lab tests. And then we have Ricardo, who is an EIT partner and a business-to-business developer. Our plan is to start our lab scale experiments by October of 2024, and then develop our IP by April of 2025. We'd want to start preliminary sales that summer, and then scale up our production and start long-term deals within the end of that year to be able to take a bigger and bigger chunk of the ceramic tile industry, and then eventually take such a significant part that we're showing the circularity of our product. That's everything for you. Thank you very much for listening.
Super, thanks. It's a great presentation as well. So the committee.
I can jump in here. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was really interesting.
No worries.
I think one of the main things that jumped out to me was so you mentioned that the waste had to be heated to, I think it was
1450 degrees.
And I'm not close to the technical side of things, but that sounds like it would use a lot of energy. So I guess there are two questions tied to that. So one is, what is the environmental impact of that requirement? And then the other is, how have you factored that into the costing side?
That's two really good questions. So to answer the first one, actually, so this temperature is pretty much standard for tile manufacturing in general, where I think only about 100 to 200 degrees above what would be the regular standard temperature. But because we're using reused materials, we're actually, in terms of the total energy usage for the production, we're significantly lower because there's no mining or extraction associated with it. So and of course, there's ways to decarbonize the production process, such as using solar panels, and we can electrify the furnace in order to be able to be carbon neutral. But in terms of the energy consumption, we're pretty much on par with what the standard energy production for tiles are. So we can stay quite competitive in that regard. And then the greatest benefit that we can actually have in terms of what that means in terms of costs, from our calculations, we can actually basically offset all of our energy costs from this stipend that we get from the incineration producers, who would pay us basically to get rid of their waste, because they can either landfill it or they have to do some heavy intensive chemically intensive processing to like mature their waste so that they can reutilize it in other applications. But basically, we can just take it off their hands so that they don't have to do this and use it as our production material. And that costs that they would give us, or the thing that they would pay us to get rid of their waste, is basically just enough to offset our energy cost per square meter of tile produced.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
No worries. Thank you.
Any other question from the committee? Okay, if not, maybe you can go to the next one, fresh neighbor. If anyone here represent fresh neighbor. Anna, is Anna here? Okay, if not, maybe we can go to the next one, Hasib.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all fine. I will go towards I'll share my screen now. All right. You can see my screen now?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm here to present my startup, which is Royal. And we are supposed to present like 2%, but the other person, Obara, he is in Oslo, so I will present. So yeah, so Royal is actually empowering trade for sustainable community development, and yeah, so our goal is to create a B2B e-commerce platform that leverages the principles of the sharing economy to help small producers and traders compete with large businesses. Yeah, so the problem here is the issue is that small holders, traders struggle to compete with the large centralized businesses, especially in the developing countries. So, the opportunity we have is to enable small traders to combine their orders to buy in bulk and get better prices, so they can buy the like high price products easily, and even like low. For example, the people with the low income or who cannot afford the high prices of the product, they can easily buy that product. The solution we are offering is, first of all, we are creating a platform, which is the Royal's community-centered trading app, GroupPager, And this group page app will be a community-centered platform which will empower the small traders by enabling collaborative purchasing and decentralized logistics. And this app will offer some collaborative purchasing, like they will allow the users to like pool their orders and decentralized logistics solution to streamline the entire trading process. Then we have, if we calculate this unique value proposition, so the group page sale, first of all, we will have this group page sale of centralized goods, which will start from the Norwegian seafood to Nigeria. We will start exporting seafood to Nigeria from Norway, which will be stockfish, the dry cod, which is produced in northern Norway. And the competitive edge we have is to allow the small traders to access the wholesale prices and compete effectively if they want to buy in bulk, so they can do the collaborative purchasing. The market opportunity we have is that the target market we have is like small and medium-sized enterprises in developing regions, like we are in Nigeria, but in future we hope to target Ghana as well and some other African countries, and maybe we're thinking about some other countries like in Asia, for example, in Pakistan. Our initial focus for now, we start from Norwegian stockfish to Nigeria, which will help us to leverage some strong market connections there. So our milestones and the targets we have for now is to first of all launch the group page sale of Norwegian seafood from here, which I told you is stockfish, and then we will go towards importing the local production and consumption and in the developing those regions like Nigeria and Ghana. And then we go towards launch of decentralized logistics solution that we talked about. We will do with the help of the groupage application. Our business model and prototype, our business model includes the different revenue streams, which is first of all the SaaS model, which is that like we give some subscriptions, like the people or the customers will get some subscription from our group page apps. So we will earn from that as well. And the second one is stockfish sales in Nigeria from Norway. And then we have decentralized logistics solutions that we will offer to the customers. In down here, you can see the prototype of our website. So we are still working. We are working for 1 year now, but we have changed a lot in the website, and you can see some of the different pages from our website, and still we are working on it. So we have for now we have one partner as well with us, which is Norfra, which is one of the largest seafood companies in northern Norway, and we start business with them as well. So we get some boost in the business in the start, and then we will go towards like having other partners as well. But it will take some time, as you know. But we are starting now. We have a lot of things pile up, so we are working on it, and then we will like boost, and we have plans to increase our partners with the time as well. The focus towards sustainability, there are two, especially these focus on the sustainability is to the economic and social sustainability, which is supporting decentralized commerce in Nigeria to decrease the product costs as well, and to decrease the impact on the environment as well. And the environmental efforts is to investing in sustainable transportation solutions. Like for example, we have plans in until 2030 that we will go towards clean transportation to reduce the environmental impact, and to leverage the synergy-based sustainable assessments. Our team for now is Opara, who is CEO, Jacob, who is acting as operation manager, me as sustainable officer and community manager, and Chad Nelson, who is working as brand manager. But we are trying to expand the team, and we are having other people coming and joining us. So from Nigeria as well, from other countries that we will work in. So in future, you will see that our team will expand. We need, for example, if we win this competition and if we get this acceleration program or if we get any funding, so we will try to spend that funding to boost our platform and to expand our market as well for the marketing purposes and for our app development, sustainable logistic solutions, and to support the local producers in Nigeria, for example, to give them initial boost to participate in this program. Thank you so much, guys. That's it. And if you have any question, I'm ready to answer.
Thanks a lot, Hasib. Question from the committee?
Yeah, I can start. So thank you so much for your
please, go ahead.
presentation. Very interesting. So could you further explain very briefly the business model and where exactly are the customers, your customers?
All right. So first of all, our business model is to create the app, which will everything will kind of like will be we will deal with that that app actually, which is group page. So actually, our customer who will register to our application, our platform from, for example, the areas we are doing business, they will actually pay some subscription fee from this app through the SaaS model. So we can provide them some trade management tools and some collaborative purchasing features that we will have on that app. So that's how we will earn some money from it.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I wondered, do you have a view on what those sort of subscription fees would look like?
So I wanted to put some kind of like any price or like idea, but we haven't decided because we are still in process to develop that app, and we are thinking that I think it's gonna be $25 per month. We're starting from very low price. I think we will actually offer a lot of features, but $25 for that kind of features, I think it's very low. But maybe we in the future we take it towards like $50 or something. But it won't go above $50 in the future. But let's see. It depends. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned there was some decentralized logistics elements and solutions that you could offer as part of the package as well. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, actually, for example, the regional trade, for example, we will actually collect some different smaller hubs that support different kind of logistics from, for example, from Norway to Nigeria. So, for example, it's because it's business to business. So, for example, if we want to send some shipment towards Nigeria, so they can collaborate in sending that shipment together. So they can actually reduce the cost of the product, and they can actually reduce the environmentally kind of impact as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any more comments? Any other questions?
Yeah, thank you, Hasib, for your presentation. It was really nice. And my question is quite similar to the Rory one, and it was about this about the cost of the transportation and the environmental impact. But you already mentioned something, and what I understood is also that you would like to have found to work more on this topic just to improve this kind of thing. I think it's super important about just improving the transportation and how to reduce the environmental impact, because it's mainly about transportation. So it's Yeah,
I want to add one more comment for Rory and for you, Valentina. Actually, we have plans until 2030 to go towards green transportation, which is a kind of concept, but some countries are working on it, which is wind powered vessels. instead of fossil fuel powered vessels. So, for example, if we go towards that, it depends like how the world will work on this or how technology go forward on this. But this will actually reduce a lot of cost and environmental impact, as you can see. But still, I didn't put a lot of details because of the time limit. So yeah, sorry for that. But yeah, we have plans to work on it a lot, and we will. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Hasib. Maybe I can ask Fresh Neighbor team if they are here, just to show up. The Fresh Neighbor team are you here? If not, we can go to Swim Deal, Ima and Dents.
Here. Yeah. Right here. Sind wir jetzt?
Right. Hi, I'm Dennis, and I'm the founder of Swim Deal. I love swimming. This is me, and ever since I entered the pool, I never really left it. My background is in competitive swimming, and for the last 15 years, I have been coaching children and adults.
Hi, my name is Emma. I am the co-founder of Swim Deal. One day I was reading the news and I was shocked. Did you know that drowning is the third leading cause of accidental deaths worldwide? Almost 250,000 drownings occur annually on the globe. Alone in the USA, drowning accidents account for over $270 million in annual costs. The estimated number of drownings could be much higher due to unreported cases in low-income countries, and children are amongst those who fall under high risk. Therefore, our mission is to prevent drowning by voluntarily teaching swimming to children in places where swimming cannot be afforded. And this is how we came up with Swim Deal. For the longevity of our mission, we want to make our startup profitable. We want to provide high-quality online swimming courses to anyone interested in swimming in the form of ebooks, a membership that contains individually made training plans, live swim camps, and we want to use social media for video content and cooperate with sustainable brands for affiliate marketing.
Our ebooks cost 10 euros, an annual membership 120 euros, and the swim camp costs 1,500 euros. Advertisement on social media and affiliate marketing play a great role in our revenue stream. With all our revenue streams combined, we estimate a revenue of around 200,000 euros by the year 2026 and already 1.5 million by the year 2029. We expect exponential growth and estimate our business to be established by the year 2030. We want to use a percentage of our revenue for voluntary work. There are around 3 billion people in the world that can swim, but since we have our roots in Scandinavia and Germany, we would like to focus on that market first. Since we are quite scalable, we want to expand on the English-speaking market soon after establishing.
Of our competitors, effortless swimming is concentrating on online training, whilst Swim Tiger offers free swimming lessons and raises awareness about biodiversity and sustainability issues. We want to combine all these three sections and, in addition, partner with sustainable brands. A lot of people have access to water. Over 70% of our planet's surface is covered by water, which is why it also appears in blue color from outer space. I am a marine biologist, and ocean conservation lies close to my heart. By teaching swimming skills to children, we also enable for them to observe and learn about biodiversity and environmental challenges when they see with their own eyes what lies beneath the surface. This might lead to a greater willingness to protect life underwater now and in the future. Our team constitutes of us two, where Dennis has the expertise in swimming and I, Emma, am responsible for administration. With an expected revenue of 2.5 million euros by 2030, we firmly believe that Swim Deal can help in drowning prevention and enable the safe enjoyment of our planet's waters. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Ima and Dens. You made it exactly in 4 minutes. This is great. Yeah. Questions?
Thank you for the presentation. I just have one question because you mentioned that you would offer monthly membership. What would that offer, and what would keep them subscribed for a longer time?
As Emma mentioned before, we want to offer personalized training plans. So that's one part of the deal. But what we also want to offer is that people can send in video clips of themselves swimming, so we can give them feedback. So this would also be included in their membership. Also, we can offer content before we go out with that on social media, and probably we'll also limit a bit what we put out on social media so that people that really have a membership have full access to everything that we put out.
Okay, thank you. So if I understood correctly, your target audience are mostly those who are teaching swimming, who are passing the knowledge on. Teachers, schools, swimming
basically the whole concept is made firstly for people that want to improve their own swimming skills. That's why they can send in clips of themselves, basically. So that can be triathlonists, or I guess because of Corona, many people use YouTube to teach themselves because they were limited what they can do. So if people want to train themselves, they can get feedback from that. But as you said, or assumed, basically this can also be used by teachers, lecturers at universities,
or parents.
Or parents, exactly. So it's basically a wide spectrum of who could use this service.
Great, thank you.
And I guess my question would be, how do you intend to go and reach those different target groups? Sort of how will you prioritize that? And then what will your outreach strategy be? You mentioned social media as a key element. Will that be your primary source?
Yeah, exactly. Like we work on creating the content at the moment, so we can put that out shortly, and then have constant updates on social media, on YouTube, Instagram, on various channels, so that we create traffic between the different social media channels, and therefore also make awareness of ourselves, of our business plan, our brand.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Any more questions? If not, I have one very short question. Is this his mountain? The logo?
The logo. This is you can see a swimmer swimming to the right, and that presents our customers, the paying customers. Those are the adults, and then it's like a smaller size of swimmer swimming to the left, and that presents our children that we want to do that volunteer work for. So those who swim to the right kind of like have this protection over the smaller swimmer, like they enable our volunteer work by being our paying customers.
Okay, interesting. Thank you very much. Okay, so maybe we can go to again. We will call Fresh Neighbor if they are here. Fresh Neighbor startup you are here. If not, we can go to the last startup, Lviv Hydrogen.
Hi, I will share my screen in a
Yes,
while.
please go ahead. Yep.
We will start in a moment. Hi, everyone. We are a Ukrainian startup called Lviv Hydrogen, a way to make hydrogen storage safe and comprehensive. And considering ourselves, our team emerged from the scientific group with 15 years of experience working with hydrogen-related materials. And I personally, Nazar Pavluk, I'm the founder of the startup, CEO, and the startup emerged upon the research I've carried on as a PhD considering hydrogen-related materials. And about hydrogen, you all heard about the hydrogen and its prospects, that it is a potentially a fuel of the future with such process, exceptional energy density, almost 3 times bigger than for the gasoline or all the other fossil fuels. In eco-friendliness, no CO2 is being generated. But there are still many problems with hydrogen. The hydrogen supply chain is expensive because of the new technologies, and hydrogen is really very complicated thing to work with. Hydrogen storage technologies, they do keep a low volume of hydrogen. Thus, we got that the hydrogen logistics is very inefficient and the hydrogen infrastructure is undeveloped worldwide. And we are working with the hydrogen storage issue, and our goal is to ensure efficient and safe way to do so. Thus, we aim to develop hydrogen storage devices based on new technology called metal hydrides. This technology exists for a long time, but with 15 years of scientific experience, we got the solution right for the market. And to describe the technology briefly, it is a new principle to store hydrogen. We got some metals in which, on the atomic level, there are voids or cages or so, in which we can safely store hydrogen. We can put hydrogen, store it for a long time, and controllably releases. And it behaves like a kitchen sponge. We got a kitchen sponge, we took it into the water fills in. We take the kitchen sponge out of the water, we squeeze it, and we see how the water flows out. Here, the principle is quite the same. We got the metal, it got the voids in its crystal structure. In these voids, the hydrogen is being encapsulated, stored, and afterwards controllably released. And with this technology, we can have 2 times more absorbed hydrogen gas per the storage device volume. It's totally safe and reliable because the hydrogen in these voids, he is like in the cages. It won't burn, it won't explode, it won't leak. It is common for the compressed gas hydrogen or liquid hydrogen, etc. And no extra compression is needed. And here there is a technological comparison with known hydrogen technologies, namely compressed gas hydrogen tanks and liquid hydrogen tanks. We see that our technology is a low pressure technology. It works well below 30 bars. The room temperature is also a big advantage for our technology. And we got 2 times more hydrogen per the volume device per 50 liters comparing to the compressed gas type for hydrogen tank. And considering the fact that our technology is low pressure, no compression costs are being needed, and thus all the economy works out for our device. We got a cost efficiency higher than 132%. Considering our targets, currently we are actively researching the market, and we want to fit for the energy market, especially into the renewable hydrogen market. And our proposal, our product, we want to provide a set of hydrogen storage devices, but the main accent is being made for the 10 feet, 20 feet, and 40 feet standard ISO storage containers with 900 kilograms of hydrogen for the 40 feet storage containers. Why this way? Our technology works perfectly with the middle-sized hydrogen storage, and we want to propose for the market as storage-to-go solutions. What does it mean? We got these containers filled with tanks based on our technologies. It can be filled by the hydrogen on the hydrogen production site. Afterwards, it can be transported via the truck, via the train, via the water to the destination point, meaning it would be the hydrogen tank station. It could be also some hydrogen chemical sites like the green steel production sites, ammonia production sites, etc., or different purposes. And for the storage capacities above 900 kilograms of hydrogen, our modular storage containers can be easily stacked. That's all. And the main target, as I've mentioned before, is the renewables. the integration of the wind, solar energy with production of the hydrogen and safe hydrogen storage and afterwards utilization with the hydrogen fueling station or while fuel cells electricity. The seasonal energy surplus can be converted into the green hydrogen stored afterwards for winter, as an example. And considering the green hydrogen market size, it's growing actively. I mean, we see that there is an exponential growth even after 2030, with a growth rate around 40% per year. But our technology is pretty flexible and can be used in different industries such as automotive industry, chemical industry, metallurgy, ammonia production, etc., logistics, telecommunications, maritime sectors, drones, and also worth to mention microgrid or autonomous grid solutions. Considering our focus regions, like Ukraine is bordering European Union, the main target is European Union. Also, we are targeting developed Asian countries such as Japan and South Korea, and their hydrogen markets combined. In 2030, we'll evaluate more than 22 billion euros. Our roadmap, this year we are working on patent application, and we are planning to achieve TRL 5 stage. Right now we are on the TRL 4 stage. Next year we want to demonstrate an MVP and prototype, and from 2026 to start a serial production and implementation of our products. And for the prototype development, we are raising 250,000 euros of pre-seed investments. We are searching for the pilot partners. And if you know someone, we're extremely thankful for the contacts provided. Here is our LinkedIn link and my email. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The committee.
Yeah, thank you very much for that presentation. I had one quick question, which was just in terms of, I suppose, your primary customer groups that you're looking at, just to understand a bit more on that from my end. Are you intending to sort of sell, and I guess thinking about your primary storage units here, is that to state public customers, or is that private industry, or are you interested in both?
We are interested in both, but right now we are doing like an outreach session with different pilot partners, and all the summer we are going through that because we have to estimate and have the feedback to clarify it further. But as for now, we are targeting both, but the main is maybe private customers.
Okay, perfect. And I think I guess one of the other things that has been mentioned previously is the climate impact of this. So I just wanted to ask, in terms of working with green hydrogen versus grey or black hydrogen, etc., do you have a particular stance on that?
My stance on that? Actually, I'm for the green hydrogen because I think that my position that the blue, gray hydrogen or nuclear pink hydrogen, they're risky, and considering the blue and gray hydrogen, it's really challenging to capture all the CO2 that's being generated during these processes. Maybe the things will change, but though I'm quite skeptical at that moment, but it's my subjective point of view. Considering the green hydrogen, I think it's the future with the green hydrogen, and there are many like great initiatives and people I'm contacting with that are quite sure that the efficiency will grow with the process and the prices will turn lower. And also there are many ideas and many suggestions for the circular economy, like considering big rivers like the Danube and so on. I heard some analyses from this water flows of big rivers, like really a very small amount of water can turn into the giant amount of the energy from the green hydrogen electrolysis. And these suggestions, they do really work. And I think that the pilot projects in the next 5 years will show the efficiency and the sensefulness of the green hydrogen implementation, also from the side of the unit economy itself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Other question from the committee? Any other question? If not, maybe I can ask for the last startup fresh neighbor. You are here? Anyone who are representing fresh neighbor? Okay, so if not, I think the teams can give us like 10 minutes or like a break, 10 minutes, and then we can come back in 10 minutes just to announce the result. And I open a breakout room now for the committee just to go there and start to like see the evaluation. Yep, so see you in 10 minutes. Bye.
Bye.
Yep. So I can see you already put numbers for the first two startups. So
I can't actually. I'm not sure if I put a score down for Access Earth.
no, Access Earth, no.
Check.
No,
I
you
haven't.
didn't.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'll do
you
that now.
haven't. Yes.
Okay, I think all of mine should be uploaded.
Yep. You just give me. This is Access Earth, Swindale.
Do you have somewhere maybe an outline of all the star stuff?
That you didn't mark yet. I can just.
I can
yeah.
refresh my memory just about what they are about. You don't have that, right?
I have something
I have
for
one
you.
that I'm confused about now before submitting.
Which one?
Confused about?
So I'm not sure. There's Phoenix Ceramics. Was
Yeah.
that the one?
Phoenix
with
Ceramics.
with the burning, like the high flame.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yep, they repurposing the incineration.
They're repurposing. Yeah.
Tiles.
Okay, yeah. Because I noted that the pitch was really good.
I think I put all the scores in. Can you just check it, Taman, please?
Yeah, Joanna. Yes. Yes, you bought all of them. Ceramics, I just need to double check here. Who is still missing? Because I think there is still a few things. Crowley here is okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Almost there. So we still have the last one is missing.
Yes, I'm on it.
Yes.
Should be there.
Yep. Good, super. Thank you very much. If you give me just 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I need just to access Earth. This plus this plus this. Our solution. This plus this plus this plus this plus this. And then Phoenix Ceramics. This. And then fresh neighbor, actually they didn't, it's just 0 for them. And then this is Crowley, yep. and swimming deal. Do you think, Joanna, you can give the mark of the swimming deal again?
Yep.
Yes.
So in terms of how we do this, will we just, Tamer, you'll tell us based
Yes,
on the
I will
average
share.
scores.
I will share my screen with you.
Okay, perfect. And then
But
we
just
can
because we
discuss.
have a problem with the swimming deal from Johanna's side, so
Already submitted. Okay.
yes.
Did you guys have a top 3?
I have a top 1.
I think I probably have
And
the
then
same
the
top
other
1.
ones, I have 3 that are more or less the same. Yeah.
Okay. Was Phoenix your top 1?
Yeah.
Out of interest. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Likewise,
4. Okay, this one I need to
really well.
recalculate.
But am I correct to think that 2 of them are not on idea stage, but are actually businesses already? Because one of them mentioned the website, I think it was, that's been running for over a year. And then the other ones have already advisory partners. So it feels like they're a bit more advanced.
Yeah, so it's difficult. I think that's a bit of a challenge.
Okay. And of course, the level of English influence, the pitches as well, of course.
Yes.
So it's a bit challenging, yeah.
Yeah, then I mean there are some who are looking for 250k funding or whatever it is. I can't remember, but yeah.
I mean, there was
50.
one for who wanted like 48 million euros.
Yeah.
I just
a variety.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, for me, the swim deal is definitely something that's not really a match with anything else, right? Or like, what is that?
Yeah, I think they were one of the best in terms of engaging throughout the course.
Yeah, really.
And I think what they're trying to do is great, but it's not a match for VC style acceleration.
Yeah.
And probably the business model has to be rethought. And
yes,
yeah, I would also not advise anyone to go to a swimming pool, record themselves, and then send a video without being confident of, like, like without an instructor going swimming. And yeah, but it was fun. It was a good pitch though, like the pitch quality was okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just they have to rethink it a little bit, focus more on education probably and awareness raising.
Yeah, for sure. Whilst Tamer's getting the other scores up, I can also say, like,
actually I am almost there. I need just to share it with you, and then
I think from my end the other ones were so Phoenix is number 1, and then the Sim Days, Access Earth, and Lviv Hydrogen.
Me too. The same ones.
Yeah.
So this is the score. I need just to make this just to see from what happened now. Okay, maybe you can just try to highlight the hires. The highest one, I think, the Phoenix Ceramics. This is green. Just give it a green. After that, we have 72.
Sim Days, then Lviv, then Access Earth.
Can you just do it a little bit bigger? Sorry, Tamer.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Just 1 second.
Thank you.
And then 70, which is Access Earth.
No, the last one, Lviv Hydrogen.
71, Lviv Hydrogen, sorry. Okay, so the first startup is Phoenix Ceramics, 83. Then Semdens, 72. and Lviv Hydrogen 71.
Does everyone sort of agree with that ranking, having seen them all go through now? Or
Yeah, I agree. At least for me, it was my, I had the top one, which is the Phoenix Ceramics, and then Simdins and Lviv Hydrogen was the ones that I liked the best, I think.
Just one comment. Lviv Hydrogen is from Ukraine. Just to put this in your consideration. And of course, as you see, all of the three companies are not from our students.
Okay.
They are from the new teams that are just joined it later.
Tamer, were the ones that were the students, was that Smile for Earth?
Smile for Earth, I can highlight. Yeah, I can highlight them with red. Smile for Earth, Access Earth.
Were Access Earth in the program?
Yeah, they was
They
joining.
were.
Manpower, yes. Crowley and Swimming.
Okay. I mean,
this was our students.
My view was that Access Earth and Simdins were pretty on a level. I probably would have personally lent slightly more towards Access Earth anyway. So in order to ensure we've got sort of at least one coming from the course.
So you suggest to put Access Earth there?
I think my view would probably be to put Access Earth above Simdins, but obviously there are many of us on this call, so
Yeah.
it would be good to understand what others felt.
Yeah, I have opinion here. Maybe you can ask Anna and Joanna to contribute if you agree to switch between Access Earth and Simdins.
Actually, I gave them exactly the same score to both of them, so for me it's fine.
It's fine. Okay, Anna?
Yeah, for me it's also fine. I have questions more to the other two. So for the Ukrainian one, what is the problem with that they are from Ukraine? Is it because of the international competition, or is it?
Yeah, it's mainly for the international competition. This means that we will have 4 companies from Ukraine.
Why didn't they present at the Ukrainian one?
Maybe they just missed the deadline or something like this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one consideration. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have in our application or in our proposal any sets, like we said, 3 winners from each startup, from each competition and ecosystem.
Okay, so then I think we should consider that though.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like Phoenix Ceramics obviously was the strongest with their pitch, but can we provide them enough? Like if we send them to an international competition and we put them through a program, is it worth it for them being very advanced? Like, can there be value for them until the international competition? You know what I mean? Or
yes,
telling them that you were the best ones, let's find you something stronger or more advanced, and then choose someone from
lower level.
I think sorry, just one. So is the question if they would benefit from the acceleration services?
Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah. If they would benefit from it.
Yeah.
I personally would think so. I think it's sort of like it's not being, the acceleration services aren't being delivered as such as part of the course.
Okay.
They will be delivered by GeForce and Fast Track separately.
So they will get something.
The standard acceleration program that any of the
startups
that we invest in get or anything, or well, the exact details need to be worked out, but they will have access to sort of 2-3 months of acceleration from in our case, our partners or whoever it is.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then my suggestion would be, if you have already 4 people from Ukraine, 4 companies, they missed the deadline, maybe to go with Slim ONS, Access Earth, and the Phoenix Ceramics. But both options are fine for me.
Okay, so you think to drop the Ukrainian team?
if there are already 4 companies and they had their own national competition and they missed
Where,
it.
Tamer, Sindins and Access Earth, do you know where they're based out
Yeah,
of?
Sendims is Denmark.
Yep.
Access Airs are Hungarian.
Okay.
And actually, I would like to go, if we are comparing between Sendims and Access Airs, is to go with supporting Access Airs. It's by things. Actually, both of them are very close of mine, but Access Airs are a group of students. Simdins, they are again group of students, but their team not really involving students very much.
And the
So
Ukrainian one has students again.
I assume, yeah, because in their application they said, yeah, we have students. But I am aware that Simdims, they didn't involve the student too much there in their startup. So I would prefer to go switch between Simdims and Access Airs. For the other, I don't know if so. Valentina,
Yeah.
you like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you mean Access Hertz?
Yes.
Yeah, actually I also gave a night score to them. So I agree. Yeah, to me it's fine.
Okay. So if we compare now, if we drop this one, swimming deal, Crowley. So the rest are a bit far away, like, like Smile Earth is 50. This is Manpower is 50. And then the other 2 companies are 60, 67. So I think this is the 3 strongest teams.
But Tamer, were you suggesting to remove leave hydrogen because they are from Ukraine and we already have 3 from the national competition, or not?
I don't know. What do you think?
And just to complicate it even more, Carreal, where are they based again?
This is actually Norway. This is here, Tromsø.
Oh, Norway. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm mixing it up with something else. Probably the minor solutions. Okay, no,
Yeah.
minor.
I don't have a very strong opinion, Joanna, about your comment. If we have like 4 companies from Ukrainian, is it a problem or not? I don't think this is a big issue.
Yeah, for me it's not an issue. I'm just asking in terms of the program and the national competitions, but for me it's okay if there is no problem.
I think the other thing to bear in mind is that it's not like the other startups are from Norway. They're from kind of all over, regardless. Tamer, the only thing to ask is, I guess with Ukraine not specifically being part of the EU as such as things currently stand, I know you messaged the project officer.
Yep.
What did they say? Were there restrictions on the percentage of startups that should go to the competition? Did that include Ukraine, or was it
No,
EU
actually
plus
Ukraine Ukraine is not included in this in these things because Ukraine they are partner.
Yeah.
So they are not included here. The things that has restrictions that from outside the partnership.
Okay.
Like Turkey, Egypt, someone from outside the partnership. But Ukraine
is outside the partnership and outside the EU.
Of course, outside the partnership and outside the EU. This is like she said, like not than 5%.
In that case, then I think if we don't have any specific requirement to exclude them, I don't think we should.
Okay. Yeah, agreed.
So I think we go for the 3 in green.
Okay, good. So
if everyone's happy with that.
Yeah.
Access airs. Phoenix ceramics and Lviv hydrogen. Okay, good. So should we return back to the main room and announce the results?
Perfect.
Okay, how we should return back? First I should stop the screen, I think. How to stop the screen? In the meeting, leave out room. Yeah.
So will you just present the winners, Tamara, and then we'll close off the session basically?
Yes. I think close all the rooms. It should be. Yes, I will close the room and then we should go to the main rooms. Yep. Hello everyone again. We return back after the results. Again, before we announce the result, I think again all of you are winner. So we will announce 3 names of startups without any ranking. So these are the winners. The first, please.
Say, I just wanted to check if people were back on the call.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm conscious we didn't give a specific time to be back on.
Yeah, that's correct. So if all the people here are in the call, no, I think still some missing. Basma, Rawan, are you here? Hasib?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, hi Basma. Yes, Hasib is here. So all the other people here, or maybe we wait just a minute more? I think Dr. Mona is here. Dr. Mona? Okay. Maybe we should announce now because of course I will like send out an email for all the teams to inform them with the results. So if the people is not here, they will get this email. The 3 teams that win are Access Earth, win Phoenix Ceramics, and Lviv Hydrogen. So good luck for these 3 teams for the international competition, and good luck with the other teams for the other competitions. Again, I will follow up with all of the teams for other things, like for example, any team who has an AI driven idea. I sent you yesterday an email about a new partnership with a company that can support you. So we will keep you in contact in order to like get any other opportunity. So thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
A massive
Congratulations.
thank you also just to everyone who did participate today. I think even for those who weren't selected, it was really impressive to see the different business models, ideas, etc. And also for some of you especially, sort of seeing the progression from the start of the course to now.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been some really impressive progress there.
Yeah. And actually the difference, Rory, between the teams is like, 1 or 2 mark between every team. So all of them are almost the same.
Yeah. And the other thing just to say as well is, of course, there are some sort of, there are different business models, there are different maturities of startup ideas in the competition as well. So I think what we would do is just massively encourage you all to kind of keep working on these ideas, to keep going and talking to potential customers, refining those ideas, understanding what your impact can be, and progressing with that, because yeah, it's a very impressive thing to start your own company, and to have the resolve to do that. So a massive congratulations. Keep practicing, and for those who did progress, we'll look forward to seeing you in the next competition.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, everyone. And as Rory said, this is not the last point for the 3 teams. We will follow during the summer about the next step. For the other team, I will follow with you in order to keep the progress on and try to follow the other team. Hopefully we can find other opportunities for you, either in partnership with a companies or with partner, or find another schema or startup acceleration opportunities. Good. Thanks all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you to everyone. Bye-bye.